Before you celebrate your Facebook ads performance when ROAS is up, cost per result is looking good, you might need to dig a bit deeper. There's a big blind spot most advertisers and brand owners miss. And just because Meta tells you a campaign generated sales doesn't mean it actually cost them. And if you're not actively tracking everything or using audience segments, there's a real chance that you're burning budget on customers who would have bought anyway, even if they never saw your ad. So let's fix that. And if you're new here, my name is Vincent and I'm the founder of Chipper, and I help e-com brands scale profitably and predictably using our identity hooking system, so you never have to guess which ad or creative works again. And today we're going to look at one of the most important yet overlooked concepts in Meta ads: incrementality and audience segmentation. We're going to break down what incrementality means, how to set up audience segmentations, and how to read data to figure out if you're wasting budget. So let's start with this idea of incrementality. Most advertisers look at the results in Meta ad reports, like numbers of purchases, ROAS, cost per acquisition, and assume those are 100% accurate because of the campaigns. But that is actually not true at all. In fact, Meta will often take credit for a sale that would have happened anyway. You could compare this to someone who is already heading into a store while on the corner someone is spinning a sign, like the typical thing in the US. But then you have to ask yourself, is that sign actually attributing to the sale, or was a person going in anyway? And that is not Meta being faulty, it's just exactly how attribution works. And Meta's goal is to report you success so you'll spend more on their platform. And if someone sees your ad and then buys within a day or two, even if they already plan to buy, Meta might count it as a conversion. And that is why understanding incrementality is so important. Incrementality is about asking, did this campaign cause a sale or just take credit for it? Because if your ads are being shown to people who would have converted regardless, like existing customers or warm leads who were already planning to buy, that is basically wasted ad spend. And you're paying for results that were gonna happen anyway. And our goal is to shift more spend towards truly incremental results, so sales that only happen because someone saw and clicked the ad. And this brings us to audience segmentation, or audience segments. Meta basically gives you the ability to tag and track 3 types of users inside of your campaigns. You got your new audiences, so basically people who would have never bought or interacted with your brand. You got engaged audiences, people who would have interacted but haven't purchased, and existing customers, people who would have already bought, or retargeting audiences. And here's why that matters. If 30% of your ad budget is going to people who already purchased and they're converting again, you might think that is great. But if they didn't need the ad to come back, that is just Meta claiming credit and wasting your money. You can set up these audience segments in Ads Manager using custom audiences. And if you don't know how to do this, I've made a separate video about this that you can watch after this video. And before I show you how to set up audience segments, here are a couple of audiences we recommend using. For the engaged audiences, we recommend website visitors from the last 90 days, non-buyers from your email list, catalog viewers from the last 90 days, and Facebook and Instagram shop viewers. 90 days is just a sweet spot because it keeps the audience warm but not stale. And anything beyond that, and engagement tends to drop off sharply. And for existing customers, create the website purchases from the last 180 days, email list buyers, Facebook, Instagram shop purchases. And Meta limits to 180 days, but within that window, you still get useful insights into how much you're spending to re-engage buyers. And so let's just jump straight into the Ads Manager to show you how you can set this up. So in the Ads Manager, you will be able to go to Advertiser Settings, and under here, you can see the audience segment. So you click on it, and then you have your engaged audiences, existing customers, and basically an engaged audiences. So we'll do website visitors, we'll add to cart in the last 30 days because they're engaged. And then existing customers are basically the purchases from the last 180 days, and confirm this. And once your audience segments are set up, it is time to diagnose where your spend is going to. So inside the Ad Manager, you click on the campaigns, and then you go over to the breakdown basically, and here you have audience segments. But most of the times you can find it under demographics and then audience segments. You click on it, and here you can see, because we just set it up, it's only new audiences. But most of the times you'll see engaging audiences as well as new audiences, so you can see exactly where spend is going. And so for example, if most of your spend is going to an existing audiences, you can see that Meta is actually retargeting people. So it might be wise to basically set up a retargeting audience or retargeting campaign. So let me give you a real world example. In one campaign, the spend looks like this. 20K goes to a new audiences, 6,300 goes to an engaged audiences, and 3.4K goes to existing audiences. And so Meta tends to favor new audiences by default, which is good but that depends on your business goals and your sales cycle. So if you're in growth mode and acquiring new customers, and that is a priority, that's where your spend should lean towards. But now let's say that your engaged audience is getting you a 2.3x ROAS and your new audience is getting you a 4x ROAS. It is a huge difference, right? But that might signal to you that your engagement window is way too low. So if your engaged segment isn't outperforming, it is time to tighten it up by maybe going from 90 days down to 60 days. Or on the other hand, let's say that your existing customer segment is pulling a 7 to 8x ROAS. That basically tells you something big, that these people are responding well to retargeting. And in that case, you might want to build a separate campaign that leans into that. So separate retargeting campaign. But if engaged and existing segments are underperforming, getting you low ROASs, poor volume, it might just mean that retargeting isn't working for your business. And in that case, basically stop forcing it. And here's how you can do that. You basically exclude those segments entirely and let Meta focus on cold acquisition where it's actually driving results. And this is how you turn vague metrics into super clear action. You're no longer flying blind or just chasing ROAS at that campaign level. You're actually evaluating where those conversions are coming from and why they're happening. So if you're running Meta ads and you haven't looked at audience segments or thought about incrementality, you're probably leaving a lot of money on the table. Or worse, you're wasting it. So take 15 minutes today, set up your custom audiences, break down your campaigns by segments and compare performance. Look at the misalignment between where your spend is going and what is actually driving new results down the line and helping you grow more. And if you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more deep dive content around Meta ads. Or if you want me to set up your campaigns or need advice on scaling to 6 or 7 figures with your e-com brand, then go ahead and click the link down below and book a call with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.